Over the past 15 months, we focused so much on the bravery of the IDF soldiers, rightfully so, who have been fighting on multiple fronts inside enemy territory to ensure Israel's safety and security. But the civilian population, since October 7th, 2023, has done unbelievable and incredible things as well for the country and for the soldiers. And I want to tell you about it. Shalom, my friends. This is Akiva Gers with Israel in 5, where we give you everything Israel in 5 minutes. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, want to keep the conversation going, please do so below in the comments. On October 7th, 2023, in the wake of the horrible attack by thousands of Hamas terrorists into Israeli territory in the south along the Gaza border, Israel saw a mobilization of literally hundreds of thousands of reserve soldiers from all over the country and literally all over the world. Israelis who are on vacations and business trips cutting their trips short, cutting their vacations short, and finding any means possible to get back to Israel to get their uniform on and join their units and fight on the front lines against our enemies. And the civilian sector mobilized immediately as well upon seeing hundreds of thousands of everyday Israelis get into uniform and fight this fight. The civilians who were not going to the army were very, very inspired and felt a strong need and desire to do something for the war effort. And it was an absolute, unbelievable, amazing thing to see. All over the country, people were getting together to organize at first food packages and clothing packages for the soldiers being sent to army bases literally across the country on all fronts. At that time, it was the Gaza front and it was the Lebanon front, fighting against Hamas and fighting against Hezbollah. People were on the streets waving and cheering and giving food to the soldiers as they drove down to their bases. It was an incredible, incredible thing to see. Schools and synagogues and warehouses turned into packing centers, collection centers for nonstop seemingly infinite streams of donations coming from people all over the country who just wanted to be part of helping the soldiers, part of helping this war effort. And there were clothes and there were all kinds of supplies and there was food. People left their homes. Soldiers left their homes with nothing and went literally out to the front lines, right? And needed so much, especially as the winter months came in the first year of the war. They needed hats, they needed gloves, they needed all kinds of supplies and materials to help them along the way. And the civilian population was absolutely there, 150%, if not 150,000%, to be there to help them. Eventually, adding to this, what happened was people started organizing events and meals for soldiers as they came out of Gaza. They're eating army rations. They're eating, food out of cold food out of cans, and they wanted to show their appreciation for everything that they're doing, for everything that they're giving, and all that they're sacrificing for the sake of the nation. So, for the few moments, for the few hours that soldiers had in between battles, coming out of Gaza and before they had to go back into Gaza, people would organize these barbecues, these amazing meals, giving the soldiers fresh food, real food, and incredible warmth and support, oftentimes with music and celebration to really show the soldiers up front how much the country appreciates and knows and understands what they're doing, what they're giving for the sake of the nation. This turned into a thing in and of itself, with barbecues and meals being prepared and being organized for soldiers pretty much daily. In addition to this, what happened in the South is at a couple of intersections where soldiers very often passed by, traveled through. They set up these incredible hospitality tents where there was food and there were bathrooms and there were showers. Many of these soldiers didn't shower for weeks. Literally, I spoke to a soldier early on in the war who literally didn't shower for weeks. They just didn't have the capability, the time, or the facilities. So these hospitality tents had showers as well. They had places for coffee, a place to sit and relax, feel like a normal person again, even if it's just for a few hours. In addition to this, they had it in a corner. They had a table set up for soldiers to get massages and to get treatments of all different kinds. Right? They're working their bodies so hard to help them, relax a little bit and untighten some of the knots that their bodies are accumulating as a result of the tension and the stress and all of the fighting. This turned into another incredible thing that took off both in the south and in the north for tens and tens and tens, if not hundreds of thousands of soldiers to date, where they brought all kinds of people who give treatments of all kinds, from massages to all kinds of other things. And they set up multiple tables. They'd either go to a base, usually a makeshift base, or again, just a random location where soldiers happen to be. And they would invite soldiers to get on the table for 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes and get a treatment and unwind and relax and get a little, a little something for all the intense work that they're doing. And this continues to date. This is still going on. It's an incredible thing to see, and it's an incredible thing to see how the civilian population mobilized. And literally, if you put the two together, pretty much the entire country mobilized after October 7th, 2023, either putting on a uniform and fighting the fight on the front lines, or supporting those fighting the fight on the front lines through all kinds of means, whether it's food, whether it's meals, whether it's supplies, whether it's clothing, whether it's treatments of all different kinds. And it's an incredible, incredible thing to see how the country has come together. Even volunteers from all over the world have come for a few days, a few weeks to be part of these events, to host these events, to fund these events, donating the money for these events. Imagine feeding 150, 200, 300 hungry soldiers. There's a price tag to that. And the only reason these things were able to happen, and why they continue to happen, is because of the generosity of donors, of people both in Israel and outside of Israel around the world. So it really has been an incredible thing. It still exists. It's still going on till today. I know people who are 5 times a week, they're going out to different bases, real bases, makeshift bases. I've been to some of these myself, raising money to bring food to soldiers, bringing the food to the soldiers, and seeing these people giving treatments inside, makeshift army barracks in the middle of, in the middle of nowhere. It's an amazing thing to see, and it really shows the strength and the unity and the pride of the Jewish people here in Israel. And it's one of the big reasons why we're winning this war, and it's one of the big reasons why we will win this war, and it's one of the big reasons why we will be here and we will last here forever. All the best, my friends, and be well.